welcome you to contact me at Phillips with 2 L's at DECA.org with any questions or comments after. During this session, I'm going to share how to prepare your body for breath work, doing some stretches. We're going to go over 5 different types of breathing techniques, and we'll end our time together with a guided breathing meditation. Throughout the session, I ask that you honor your body. When we do any of the stretches or the breathing techniques, do it to a level that is comfortable for you. The nice thing I feel about using the breath in a mindfulness practice is that it's always with us. And if we take the time to focus on it and bring in many senses, the sense of hearing, the sense of visualizing, the sense of feeling, it will bring us more into the focus of the breath, as well as more into the moment. And being in the moment is an opportunity to quiet the mind, to ground our emotions, maybe free and release some physical discomfort. What I wanted to do today was introduce a theme for our breathing practice today. And that theme is letting go. And I have a reading I'd like to share with you by Melanie Beatty, titled Letting Go. Letting go doesn't mean we don't care. Letting go doesn't mean we shut down. Letting go means we stop trying to force outcomes and make people behave. It means we give up resistance to the way things are for the moment. It means we stop trying to do the impossible, controlling that which we cannot, and instead focus on what is possible, which usually means taking care of ourselves. And we do this in gentleness, kindness, and love as much as possible. So I invite you to bring this theme into your practice today, especially during the exhalations. When you exhale, I want you to imagine letting go of maybe a particular thought or feeling, or maybe some physical discomfort you'd like to release with your breath. To prepare our bodies today for breathing, there's 3 stretches I'd like to introduce. And the goal of the stretch is to stretch those muscles in between the ribs. I'm using my fingers to simulate our ribs. The muscles in between are intercostal muscles. When they're relaxed and stretched, your rib cage can expand, and therefore your lungs can take a greater breath, which creates a greater relaxation response. So the first stretch is going to do a chest expansion. And your hands are going to be facing you, but you're going to extend your arms out. And on your next inhalation, as you exhale, I want you to move your arms to the back. So you're stretching your chest to a level that's comfortable for you. Hold that stretch. Focus where your body is feeling it the most. And imagine you're exhaling through it. Your focus and your exhalation will release tension, allowing maybe your ribs to expand further, and you can take a greater breath. So a couple more full breaths in this stretch at a level that's comfortable for you. And then on your next inhalation, as you exhale, bring your arms in. The next stretch is going to be a twist. And again, you're going to be twisting your body. So honor your spine and your neck area and do it to a point that feels okay to you. Your left hand is going to grab the arm of your chair or the outside of your right leg. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly twist your body and turn your neck. So you're feeling a twist to your torso. And again, focus where you feel that stretch. Use your exhalations to release any tightness for 2 breaths. And on your next inhalation, you're going to exhale and come to the front. We'll do the same thing on the other side with your right hand. You're going to grab the left arm of your chair or the outside of your left leg, whatever's comfortable for you. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to twist your body to the left, twisting your neck as well. And be careful in the neck area if it's tight, not to twist it further than your body allows. Focus where you're feeling the stretch, and use your exhalations to breathe through those muscles, relaxing them with your breath. For 2 breaths. And on your next inhalation, as you exhale, you're going to rotate to the front. The muscles in our back that surround our rib cage are also responsible as far as being able to expand or contract, allowing greater breath or not. So the next stretch is going to be what I call a forward fold. You're going to move your body forward as far as you comfortably can, relaxing your arms to either side of your legs and totally relaxing your neck. So as you inhale and then exhale, you fold your body forward as far as you comfortably can go. Support your body as you need. If it's not comfortable for you to relax your arms fully, rest them on your chair. With your neck relaxed, feel that stretch through your spine. Feel those muscles in between the back of your ribs. Inhale and exhale through those muscles for 2 breaths. On your next inhalation, you will lift your head first. And if you want to support your body further, you're going to take your hands and walk them up your legs to bring you back to sitting position. When doing breathing exercises, you want to be sitting in a nice, comfortable position, but you want to elongate your spine. And to do that, you raise your chest, you relax your shoulders, so you have that natural curve to your back. So we're going to move into demonstrating and experiencing 5 different breathing techniques. The first one is the diaphragmatic breathing. A lot of people term it as belly breath. And the reason that they term it belly breath is that the abdomen expands. So what happens, again, when we use my visualization, you have your ribs and you have this beautiful diaphragm. It's a muscle, large muscle. So when you take a breath in order to increase the volume of air in the lungs, you drop that diaphragm down to expand your lungs. When that diaphragm drops down, it pushes against the abdomen, which pushes it up. So again, as you inhale, the diaphragm drops, pushing against the belly, which then expands. As you exhale, you pull that stomach in towards your breath. The diaphragm goes up and pushes the air out. So quieting your eyes, rest your hand on your stomach. Take a breath, inhaling and exhaling through your nose or mouth, whatever's comfortable for you. I know that with allergy season, sometimes it's not easy to nose breathe, but if you can, that is often the preferred way. And the reason that is, the nasal passages is like a filter with the hairs. And then also going through it, it warms the air to go into your lungs. So again, focus your attention down. Maybe have something on your desk to quiet your eyes and gaze. If you're comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. And with your hand on your stomach, you inhale, filling up those lungs, dropping the diaphragm to expand your stomach. And as you exhale, pull that abdomen in. The diaphragm comes up and you exhale out of your mouth or nose. So 2 more full breaths at your pace. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose or mouth. as with anything, and especially if this is new to you, as far as doing some breathing techniques, it's a skill that takes time to develop. And that's why it's often called a practice. But the more that you practice it, the more that your body will respond and learn to develop a more natural, full breath, which is important for the mind as well as the body. So the next breath is called a conscious breath. Our breath has 4 parts to it: the inhalation, and then there's a little bit of a pause before you exhale, and then there's another pause before you inhale. So focusing on those 4 parts, as well as having a count, will create a greater focus and create a greater mindfulness practice. So the count is usually 3 to 5. And what I'll do today with us is a count of 3. So I'll be counting, inhaling 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to pause 1, 2, and then we'll exhale 1, 2, 3, and pause 1, 2. So quieting your eyes, and again choosing inhalation, exhalation through your nose or mouth, whatever feels comfortable. You're going to inhale the count of 1, 2, 3, pause 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, 3, pause 2, 3. Inhale 1, 2, 3, pause 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, 3, pause 2, 3. And the last breath, you do your inhalations and exhalation at a count that feels right for you. This next breath is called a cooling breath. And the reason it's called a cooling breath is because you're going to be inhaling through your mouth. And when you inhale it through your mouth, the air passes over your tongue, which is moist. And then it creates a cooling to your lungs. It's a nice breath to use when you're flushed or feeling overheated. And it's real important to do this when the air quality is good, because obviously when you're breathing in, if you're breathing in and it's windy out and things are flying around, you'll get that inside, and you don't have that filter that your nose gives you, and you could choke or cough from it. So hopefully your surroundings are clean and the air is nice. So you make like what I call like a little taco, out of your tongue. You're curling it up. And you're going to extend it a little bit outside your mouth, and you're going to inhale through it and exhale through your nose. Inhale, curl your tongue. Exhale through your nose. If you need to exhale through your mouth, go right ahead. Inhale, close, exhale. And one more breath at your own pace. You feel that little bit of difference in the temperature by breathing it through your mouth. And again, this is not a breath that is used to do a whole meditation. This is just a cooling breath. The next breath is Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath, another name for it, is a victory breath. It is a common breath that is used in many yoga practices. The nice thing, the difference in this breath, is that there is a sound created. And because there's another sense involved, that sound, it has you focus even more on your breath. The sound is created by a little contracting of your larynx. And a nice way to be able to get to that point is to imagine your hand is like a mirror, and you're fogging it up, like you fog your glasses. So try that. You feel that warmth of your breath on your hand. So when you're doing that, I want you to sense what it feels in your neck when you're contracting it to create the fog. So this time, Start blowing that fog and then bring your lips together and feel inside what that feels like. You should hear a sound. If you plug your ears a little bit, you'll hear it even greater. It's a breath you have to play with, but once you feel and hear that sound, it'll be something that you'll be able to achieve more. And if you lose it, go back to the hint of just, some people call this the Darth Vader breath. Because when you hold your ears and you hear it, kind of sounds like that sound when he's behind that mask. So we're going to do 3 Ujjayi breaths, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, if that's comfortable for you. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Hear that sound. Inhale, exhale, and one more breath on your own. The last breath I'd like to introduce to you is the alternating nose breathing. And as it says, you are going to be alternating your nose, breathing through one side, exhaling through the other, breathing through the other side, exhaling through one. You can use your thumb and index finger. The bridge of your nose, where my glasses are resting, is a hard part of your nose. If you slide down towards the tip, you're going to find that soft part. And that's where you're going to be pressing from side to side. What this breath does is, because it crosses a plane in the brain, it creates an energy flow of balance. It can be a breath that is an invigorating breath. And again, this is not a breath that you will use for a long time until you get to the point that you're comfortable and you've practiced it, and it can become something you use as a meditative breath. So with your nose or your finger, your middle finger, ring finger, whatever's comfortable, just rest them on either side. Close off your left nostril, inhale through your right. Close your right, exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. Close it off, exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Close it off, exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. Close it off, exhale through your right. And continue for one more breath. So all these breaths probably created a little bit of a different kind of feeling in you. Some were like, ooh, this is sweet. I'd like to learn a little bit more of this. Or like, no, that didn't feel okay. And that's important to determine. It's so individualized. So finding something that is comfortable for you is where you start. And you can experiment with these others as well. But one particular breath, whether it be the conscious breath or the Ujjayi breath or the diaphragmic breath, are usually the ones that you will bring into a meditative practice. Our breath is involuntary. I mean, it just happens. You know, that's the beauty of our body. It's amazing. All this stuff goes on that we don't have to think about. But when we think about the breath, it can make a shift when we change it in our body. Our breath can affect our mind, our emotions, and us physically. On the other hand as well, our mind can be changed, and our physical body can be changed, and our emotions can be grounded by our breath. So learning different breathing techniques is a great gift. It's like using your body, the beauty of our body, to heal the body. So I'd like to end with a breathing meditation. And I have a visualization and a screen. Thank you, Kelly. of an ocean. And the reason I chose the ocean, not that I'll just love it and I grew up by it, but the ocean to me simulates the breath, all four parts. Imagine the wave going out to the sea, being pulled out as your inhalation. And then in the middle of the screen, as it's starting to curl, that's your pause. And that's going to curl over, and then it's going to turn white, and it's going to flow and foam into the shore like your exhalation. And then there's a point when it reaches that end of that wave. There's a little bit of a stillness before it starts to pull back. And that's the pause before the inhalation. So you can use this screen as you listen to the guided meditation. You can quiet your eyes and gaze at something else, or you can close your eyes if you're comfortable. So get in a nice comfortable position again. The chest is out, the shoulders are back, quieting your eyes. I want you to take 3 full breaths, and whatever breath is comfortable for you. And on your next series of 3 breaths, I want you to follow the pathway of the air. I want you to follow it as it goes through your nose or your mouth. It goes down your throat. It fills your lungs. Envision that, your lungs expanding. And as you exhale, follow the pathway of the air as your lungs squeeze the air out and it comes up and out of your nose or mouth. 3 deep breaths and follow the pathway of the air. On the next series of 3 breaths, I want you to follow the pathway of the air. Visualize it. And I want you to feel what that air feels like as it enters your nose or your mouth. I want you to feel what the lungs feel like when they're expanding and your chest expands to accommodate it. And then as you exhale, you're following the pathway, but you're also feeling those lungs release that air and feeling that air go out of your mouth or nose. 3 deep breaths, follow the pathway of the air, and feel what that breath creates in your body. In the next series of 3 breaths, you'll follow the pathway of the air. You'll feel what that breath creates in your body. And I want you to listen to the sound of the breath. Listen to it as it goes in the back of your throat. Feel it as it expands your lungs. And follow the pathway of the air as you exhale. So you're visualizing, you're feeling, and you're listening to your breath. 3 deep breaths. In the last cycle of 3 breaths, you're going to follow the pathway of the air. You're going to feel your breath in your body. You're going to listen to the sound of it. And as you exhale in your mind, tell yourself, let go. Whatever that means to you, let go in your exhalations. 3 deep breaths. And as you exhale in your mind, tell yourself, let go. So as you gently bring yourself out of any kind of meditation, you want to wiggle your fingers and your toes, increase your circulation. Raise your eyes or open your eyes. Take a nice full breath. And I want to thank you for sharing this time with me, taking a breath break. It's been a pleasure doing this with you. And I hope that you allow yourself time every day to do something that brings you into the moment, to quiet your mind, to ground your emotions, and to release any physical discomfort. Thank you, and take care.
Thanks, Pat. Great job. Thank you, everybody, for coming.